Hello, lovelies. How we doing today? Good to see you. Warm today. Well, it was warm yesterday, but it's warmer today. Well, hope we're doing okay. I am late because I remembered it is Father's Day, so I had to go get stuff. It's Father's Day on Sunday. Wow. How are we? Hi, Hope. Hi, Phoenix. Hi, Das. Hi, Core. Das is too eager. They're not here often enough to know the bingo strat. The bingo strat is you wait for later in the stream in case we get redeems. Had a full one this week though. Okay. Love this track. Well, I am eating lunch again because of that. Because I was like, oh shoot, I gotta go to the shop and get stuff for my dad. Thanks, Hope. So yeah, we're carrying on with the windows. Keep us up at night. Just a fork in the road, and no matter where you go, there you are again. Find a way to make some peace. How the story ends. How the story ends. Right. I got food to munch. I almost have bingo, don't we all? Mm-hmm. I have almost 2 bingo lines. Get parked, bot. How the story ends. Wow, Core is that desperate to win. I was read the strat, however, I never get to push the button. Fair enough. How's the studies of Japanese going? Slowly, because it's they're technically it wasn't worth it. Damn, it is technically studying, but like I wouldn't call it studying because I do maybe a 5 minute lesson a day. That's not a lot of studying, but they've started numbers, which funnily enough I already knew 1 to 5, so I'm going through the lessons, not learning too much at the moment because I already knew because they haven't even done 1 to 5. They're doing 1 to 3. But they are doing telling time, which I didn't know. Oh yeah. Rokuju Nana. I know that Roku is 8. No, wait, Roku isn't 8. I'm forgetting. Ichi-ni-san, yon. Oh no, Roku's 5. No, Go is 5. Roku's 6. Ichi-ni-san, yon, Go, Roku. Uh, I can't remember 7 and 8. I know 9 is Q. Yeah. I do want a 5, but 5 up, I'm a bit hazy. Speaking of the Alt app, something came across saying about it getting banned over there. Is it? That's annoying. Six, 7. Oh no. Oh no. Blech. Okay. Sorry, we're adults. We only do 69. Oh no. Also not good. Right. So let's see. I did get feedback on this, which was instead of this. It wasn't feedback. It was more an idea because I told them I was like I felt this one was a bit plain, so I put like a light ring around it, but I don't know if he has any like effects. To which you said that he throws and creates rocks. So I was like, okay, let's add like a rock being broken like a boulder. Welcome back to the place you are. I hate that I'm recognizing some of the characters, but not what they mean. Just in the I've seen that character before. Hi, Nemo. Okay, this one is still awkward. We don't have a visual reference for the character. I'm awake, honest. Doubt. Bye, Hope. Have a good day. You're awake, but why? Something like that, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna send these 3 over, and then I'm gonna switch over into pixel art. Tried the boulder instead of lights. What's her name? All of these characters have names. Okay. Save that. Ga Iru, some kind of grammar I don't remember. I think Ga is something like is heard Iru, but I forget the meaning. Ga is subject matter and Iru is living there. Both of you to assume I'm alive. I see. So Nemo is the cutest thing alive, probably. So it's like cute living thing Nemo is, or more anglicized, there is a cute Nemo. Ah, there you go. Me. Nom, 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 nom. Don't usually put in whether something is alive or not in our words, but they can in Japanese grammar. Interesting. Hmm. Interesting that they have that stipulation. Okay, so go back to this guy. Hi, Jay. We have here and there with Japanese there meaning more like near the person saying it in Japanese. Ooh, scrolled. They have there like that's near the person you are talking to, and there as in somewhere not near the speaker or person you are addressing. So basically here, there, and over there. It's worth noting that I'm super nothing at Japanese because I'm not even at the language level where you would want to start official classes. That's insane that you consider yourself to not be at that level. You are more proficient than me, ergo you are good at it. Like, considering today is the last day for the Zeus bingo, I figured it was worth the bits, but it wasn't. My logic was sound. Fair enough. I'm grateful for the bits. Not that I didn't put in a lot of work, but languages are hard. They are hard, and we chose like probably like the hardest language to try to learn if you're a native English speaker. English Japanese is so hard. I don't consider it that way. Schools would literally turn me away. There's a test. Jesus. That's crazy that if you want to learn Japanese, you have to learn Japanese? Like, It's the bullshit experience loop again, isn't it? We only hire people who have experience. Well, then how do I get experience? If I have a book, if I could master it, I could take real classes, and I got 80% of that maybe. It's choppy as heck. Damn. As they crashed out, brain stopped playing ball, I've been super slack. That's fair. Sometimes you're just not in the mood for it. I'm also often not in the mood for it. Especially like I had the real drive of we're going to Japan, and now obviously that we have been to Japan, I'm like, oh, I'm still gonna keep it up, but I will say the motivation has been lacking. But I try to keep telling myself of like, we want to go to Japan again. But where do I even start with this? Probably with the sword, I guess. Sword is big, like defining feature. So I want the hilt to be slightly narrower, but also I want it to be straight. So I'm going to go straight down like that, and straight down like this. And then I'm going to literally just move this up a couple of pixels. So it's still like parallel? Yes, parallel. I was going to say perpendicular, but I know it's parallel. Like that. And I do the same with this one. I'm just going to move across. Down one. There we go. So it's literally 2 pixels wider. 2 whole pixels wider. Angry Priest Boy, I'm pausing on him to rest and let this model dry before next works. Fair enough. I will have picked up random bits beyond the scope of the foundation of that early study, but it's all random and disjointed. I'll use random butchered Japanglish. Mm-hmm. Konnichiwa, suck my Tomodachis. I was saying, Nichols, have you been Tomoing your dachis? Okay, so I think I also want this line to be parallel with this blade. Guess what, guys? That was the wrong layer. I now have 3 lines that are one off being completed. God damn it. Pank. Nice paint job. I think Tomo means friend, and Dachi is like throwing an S on to make something plural. But I could be wrong. Interesting. That would make sense though, because it is Nintendo, so it's going to be something kid friendly like that, isn't it? I'm starting to upset people in VR chat by expressing my disdain for certain avatar bases. I'm not apologizing. Come out very clean. New edition has changed so much so we're in the fun who fucking knows phase of the edition, so trying with stuff is fun. Nice. We love fucking around and finding out. That's part of the fun of why we play D&D. Like, but what if we just did this? Is it optimal? Probably not, but is it fun? Hopefully. Also very nice. Your improvement is so cool to see. You're so good. question that I need to check. Okay, that is the same color. I don't know why, visually I thought it wasn't. It is the same color. Hi, Ish. Always keep the first model I ever painted to the side as reference. Remember where you came from. That's good. That's a good. That's a good thing to do. I actually don't remember what was the first one I painted. So, yeah. Although I haven't painted anything for. When did I stop doing mini morning? I don't know. Probably a year at this point. I realised something now. Palworld is probably coming out. That means they should have time to start working on the farm and dating sim games. Yes, in theory, that does mean that. You know. And honestly, it's not even Palworld 1.0 coming out that will have slowed them down. It'll be the fucking lawsuit that slowed them down. But that is also coming to an end. And me coloring some stuff I around, so I want markers. Ooh, have fun! I don't have a lot of experience with markers, so I haven't been able to get my head around them. Because essentially the upgrade to my oldest mini is coming out tomorrow. I'm going to build and paint him side by side for the oldest boy. Oh, nice! That'll be cool to see. 2022 versus 2026. Damn, it's been that long already. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm going to be winging the hell out of marker coloring. The thing to the one thing to at least remember is in terms of brightness of like light to dark, you can only go darker. So do it gradually. Start with your lightest color, and then you can do a darker color on top of that. But don't go too dark too fast, you know, because you can't go back. Just do it gradually. And remember what I told you. Applies the same in digital art as in traditional. Don't shade with black. Unless, you know, you're literally trying to do a silhouette, but generally don't shade in black. Fair, I don't think either of those games would have been announced if it weren't for the lawsuits, as they seem like they were made to just troll Nintendo. Don't know about the dating sim one. Farming one is definitely a stab. Thanks for lurking, Core. America. Baby Merca bird. End of the weekend, I have fresh craft materials, fresh rescue material, basing material, sorry, and new wet palettes. I'm excited because of how you can customize your list building and list effective flamethrowers and wizards. Nice. I'm a sorcerer. What you're describing is a sorcerer. sweet memories that we then had. Look at the sprite a bit closer. Okay, it does. Okay. There is like ornamentation on the end of the hilt. Crossguard, that's not the hilt. When I have a headache and I can't mind build anymore, pull out the flamethrower. When your sorcerer multi-classes into artificer. Ugh. I can't believe that I'm considering putting on one of my gloves, and literally the reason for that is that it's so warm that my hand is actually sweating so much that it's actually like making my drawing tablet kind of slippery, which is really gross. So I need to put on a glove because the material absorbs the sweat and stops it going on my tablet. What is your secret to keeping cool? I don't have one. You're asking me. I'm permanently overheating. I'm permanently too hot. Before Core manifests and claws his way through the computer screen to go swamp cooler, like some sort of swamp gremlin. Your cool blue fur is false advertising. My very warm blue fur is to keep me warm at high altitudes when I fly in the sky. The blue is camouflage against blue skies. They love their transports to picture a bunch of wizards jumping in a truck, and then out of the window they poke a for a nozzle. Jesus. Someone outside going, "What was the school did you go to again?" The Promethean Creed. I'm sure that joke's very funny to someone who plays Warhammer. You know, how did a Crumble cover of Still Alive listens to this song? Oh! 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 Opens the portal to AU art again. I like them. I like them a lot. Puts blorpos in a jar and shakes them. There's a game called Fumes, which looks like a chaotic vehicle combat game, and there's a video announcing it's getting co-op in July. It quickly became a game I want. Oh, really? Crumble just as a shadow monster of goop. Mm-hmm. I've had thoughts about something like that before as well. I've had thoughts about something similar. Because, it's just messed up his plans, doesn't have like a proper vessel that he can go steal. Thoughts, TM. Don't at me like that, Nemo. Me and Nemo have been talking about Blood and Sand related stuff. You can't see, but I'm doing the finger point emoji. I'm doing finger pointies. Incredulous spite is one hell of a drug. That's the thing that makes it beautiful, because that's what kept her going. She kept going out of spite. Girls are still a big hyper focus. Mm-hmm. Gently holds. Jess, have you ever loved someone so much that you resurrect the god of love? Gross sobbing. I do that all the time. Oh, really? Hang on, I'm putting the next song on the. I'm. It's fitting that this is playing because this is a Steven Universe song, and the next song I want to play is a Steven Universe song. Let me see if I can find it before this track ends. I've got 30 seconds. D&D. It's on my D&D playlist. D&D, Blood and Sand. Here it is. Add to queue. Queues up song. This is on a Delmara playlist, and it's not an edgy song for once. It's just sad. I could do about anything. I could even learn how to love. Yeah! It's a Delmara song! I could even learn how to love like you. It's a Delmara song! Sobbing. This line kills me. Always thought I might be bad, now I'm sure that it's true, 'cause I think you're so good, And I'm nothing like you. Look at you go. I just adore you. I wish that I knew what makes you think I'm so special. Kill me. Tears running down my face. Not literally. You don't get bingo for that. Grunt bent reality for love before, and she would 110% do it again. I would recommend for anything safety not to go about hurting Dell. Oh, that verse kills me. It kills me every time. And then the last line of the whole song. Love me like you. My girl, my Shayla. Grunt may be strong physically, but her family love her little bird is so much stronger. Her biggest muscle is her heart, and Helen Dell is what made it that way. Stop! It goes to show that in the fic I'm writing about in the future, when bad stuff happens, TM, Grunt has to die for it to happen, basically. Because it can't happen otherwise while she's alive. That's literally like one of the premise of the fic I'm writing. How did this happen? Well, step one, Grunt died. And that was where everything went tits up. Ugh, I'm being attacked by a curtain. Reminded me of the incredibly fucked up thought I had in chat about Grunt and Crumble before. I can deal with you, but not quickly. Speaking of horrible thoughts, we love our characters so dearly, and what do we love even more than that? Doing horrible things to them. Titania being interested in Crumble, but his ace ass immune to her advances. Always funny. Ace people being immune to bullshit is always fun. It's our one superpower. That and sometimes being invisible. Remember when two living gods offered her power and she refused and was like, nah, I like love better? Remember when the god of death offered her a boon and she was like, just tell my dead wife about our daughter? I would die for her, but she won't let me. If I was a villain, I'd want to make sure Grunt was very extra dead. I would still be fucking nervous. That's true. Crumble and Grunt really shows ace violence, huh? We stan incredibly violent ace people. Smiles. Okay. His head feels very large. I think I need to squish it down. But I'm gonna finish the sketch. I've been flying too fast, a little too close to the sun. Lo-fi. I'm glad Death came for her in a sleep, because if he didn't, there would have been a fight. When death comes, you know she will have her bags packed with a heart full of love for her wife and stories of their beloved daughter. You know, I know Frack versus or anyone would vaguely knew of her would think what you and I know as fact versus what everyone who vaguely knew of her would think are two different things. Death wants to try and take Grunt to the afterlife different from hell. That's a different story. That's true. That's true. I've told you before that I envisioned this scene where Grunt actually just like essentially dies of old age quite peacefully. And the scene is that Raven comes and gets Dell to take her to go see Grunt, and like, you know, stands back and lets them have their time together. And Grunt is making soup or stew, and she's just cooking. And Dell's just like, you should sit down, you should rest. And she's just like, no food, have food. And then Delmara just sits and eats her soup and just starts crying. And then Grunt's just like, good. And then just and goes to sleep. And I'm like, cries into my soup. What do you love? Power? No. I mean, what would you prefer? Violence? Grunt would die 100% die standing up. Aww. Grunt would have the opposite and identical death to the likes of Whitebeard from One Piece. Don't know because I've not seen One Piece. Or Geralt. I've also not played The Witcher. Never realised how Whitebeard coded Grunters until you said it. Oh, we found a thing apparently. I've not watched what yes. I won't say anything because spoilers, but yeah, shit, I hit enter as you said it. Look, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna watch One Piece. I will be brutally honest. I'm not gonna watch One Piece. But I won't read it aloud for people who are watching and not reading chat. Ah, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, I can see it. Okay, I'm gonna color pick from the sprite for this, but the thing is that the sprite is like of a gray kind of thing, so like I'm probably gonna end up changing these colors to be more visible. Potentially. Or maybe I won't, who knows. I still want to do a one shot of Adele after Grunt's funeral, taking some time for herself, and suddenly one last gift from the god of death for putting things right, a visit from hell. And oh, I would play Hell to be clear. Cries. We can just do that as an RP. We can just open up a Google Doc and do that. The number of injuries he had were triple digit and a double digit of cannon shots, and they couldn't knock him down. Damn. Geralt has a best case ending Witcher, which is incredibly wholesome. That makes me think of what Grunt deserves as an end. That's what I vaguely remember that. I feel like you've probably told me about it before. I love art and colour because it makes no sense half the time. Look at this. This guy has brown hair, right? Brown hair. Brown hair. That's purple. That's purple. Colors are so silly. Perceived color versus actual color. Mm-hmm. Colors are relative. Colors are relative. I can be purple. Just quickly come in and say hello and then run off because I gotta do stuff but hi. Thanks, Raz! Hope you're having a good day. Sounds like you're busy. I will drink some water though. Wait there. Hydrate. Having a good day, but chaos. Hope you're having a good day today too. I am. I'm like, oh, Blue's live. Hello. Hive love. Okay, bye now. Thank you. Thank you. Hope it goes well. Man, today's gone fast. Probably because we've been talking about my blore pose. You know, my favorite pastime. Hey, that's looking goodish. That's looking good. I'm actually surprised these markers survived around 7 or 8 years of neglect from my older brother. Damn. I have markers that I was given for a birthday gift probably about 5 years ago. And I dread to think whether they are still good or not. They're expensive ones. They're Copics. And I feel bad that I've kind of never really used them. I'm intimidated by them is the problem. Thought the tips would have dried out, yeah. You also started late. Only by half an hour, though. Crumbler's crocodile from One Piece. Ooh, they're having discussions. Nope, definitely not. God fucking damn it. On the wrong layer again. I can't mark it off twice. Forget which markers do which after using them for 2 picoseconds, yeah. Excuse me. On the topic of starships, did our group wind up backing that Kickstarter? I didn't. I believe Doug did. I did not. Starlight Brigade. Picturing Gretchen walking Dell down the aisle for her wedding. Oh, I was still can't get over that one comment you made for Dell's mom, which was it still just drives. It's so crazy. I can't stop thinking about it. But I was like, Delmara's dad was an ass, but her mom did nothing wrong, and you said false. Her mom married her dad, and I was like, wow. I never picture Del and Allie as the married and settled down types. That's because they're not. I think me and Spook both agreed that they got married, but they didn't settle down. I think we both agreed on that. Speaking of the space Kickstarter. Yeah. I think we both agreed that they got married, but they didn't settle down. She's like, okay, you can get married without fighting, but no seeing the breathtaker and breath giver about having a kid till you two brawl. Oh my god. Where's the line that stays? You're killing me. That's a wedding that may have the god of love on the invite list, which probably means a lot of show respect when she gets more worship again that this one she may actually show up for. Theoretically, there's at least 3 gods that could turn up to their wedding. When you have 3 deities invested in your interests. Three deities and a thief of life. Mm-hmm. It's out beyond the breakers. It's waiting for the takers on the edge of days. Golden gleam before it fades away. On the outer edge of inner space, the gaze of a familiar face in front of me reminds the neon odyssey awaits. This is a load-bearing purple. This purple appears everywhere. Very nice. I like it. Clever use of colours on a sprite. Limited palettes. When a memory is a time machine, quiet but defiantly, it's time to leave. When a memory is a time machine, on its wings from your history to what may be. Reason to believe it's out beyond the breakers. It's waiting for the takers on the edge of days. On the outer edge of inner space, the gaze of a familiar face in front of me reminds a neon odyssey awaits. Okay, I am gonna tangent here, but I just had the thought because it's neat. I want to show you guys, since I have some of the D&D peoples to hand. Let me open up the Neon Odyssey music video. Let me find it. So I want to show this because it's neat. I want to show you guys this since I have the D&D peoples here. So this scene here is fun because I'm going to reduce the playback timer, because this, if I reduce the speed of this is basically a round of D&D combat that happens here. Of all the two, so here he is with fighting Pike. I don't know all the characters' names. So here he is holding on to Pike. We've got, I believe, a stand-in for a barbarian comes in here. So she comes in, and I'm gonna have to do this like frame by frame because this animation is so good. So this is actually a hologram. So he comes to attack the hologram, and the hologram vanishes. And the actual barbarian comes in here. You can see he's just yeeting Pike off to the side here. So the barbarian comes in and absolutely decks him. Look at this smear frame. We've got this pixel punch coming in from this little dinosaur guy. So his color's green. Apparently all the characters are color-coded. So there's his attack. This is cool. You can see that he's attacking, so like legendary action or something, or reaction. So he's attacking her, but is also being attacked by this. Look at this line of action. So good. In comes another character. To blast him. Again, he's gone to swipe this, also a hologram. She comes in and blasts him there with that. Second attack from our barbarian. Pike comes in after picking himself up for his turn and just punches him in the face. Also very good. And then that's when he's like, okay, I've had enough of this. And explodes into giant mech monster. And that happens in like a fraction of a second. I play this at full speed. There you go. Turn of combat. That was a turn of combat. It's such a good animation. I love this. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. Ooh, a sprite. Good, there you go. Carry on. They hit the enraged timer, they did. Galgon ain't on the list. I know Aeon is, so Bahamut and Timot's grandkid will be there. He's there as a representative. A large amount of gods keeping an eye on that wedding. I am very not happy with the shape of this still. I must have fidgeted with this about 6 times. And shedding everywhere. It makes longer combats feel so fucking wild to me. They feel like exhausting brawls, and it's like 30 seconds. 10 turns of combat is so long in D&D, and that's a minute. And it's like, ugh. Can I try mirroring this side? Because I kind of like this side, but I'm not happy with the other side. No. Can I rotate you 90? Not 90 that way. 90 that way. Also no. Flip. No. Flip again. No. Really isn't like a convenient way to get that to flip. Because if I try and rotate it, it's gonna become garbled like that. Might be the best I can do to at least start with. Let me put it this way. Imagine using knowledge skill in combat to figure out enemies' weakness. Now think the last time you had to figure out something that wasn't readily apparent. When was the last time that you had to figure out something in 6 seconds? Adrenaline time perceived time dilation is real. I remember one time when I was DMing, I literally said the phrase we're in cinematic time at the moment while I describe this, because you take all of this in within like a second. Because I was like describing this like really like they turned around and saw what was chasing after them. So I was like, I got to describe this whole creature. I'm like, you take all of this information in like a couple of seconds as you turn and keep running. So yeah, I tried to. I just remember because I was like, that's a useful phrase of we're in cinematic time right now. I was like, because it was me trying to be like, you don't have time to do something during this description. It was basically the short version of it. You don't have time to do something. This is just what you see as you glance over. Basically like slow motion in a movie. You took a lot longer than 6 seconds, and most likely you didn't run 30 feet and drink while you were at it. And that's why D&D characters are D&D heroes. As much as we're like, I want to play a normal person, the actual act of being a D&D character is in and of itself heroic. Because a normal person kind of just can't perform those kinds of feats. Oh, I see that. I can already see just from like the bearing. me being an artist, I'm looking at the hands. Me being like, yes, I see it. Looking at the hands. It's like, yes. I've thought too much about their hands, you know? I mean, Dells, I think a lot of people, well, maybe not a lot of people, actually. I'm literally just realizing now that almost the entirety of the D&D party doesn't realize that Delmara has a hand injury. Because like it was the thing that was brought up during the ritual, but so much happened then that might have gone over a couple of people's heads. I remember the Okart party. I'm just a person with training surrounded by fantastical people. Yeah, but also each of them not realizing that they themselves are now fantastical people. At the start, they were kind of somewhat normal, but they're all somewhat special now. All of them. If you're gonna sit there and say that any of the Okart are normal people now, I will objectively refuse to agree. I objectively refuse. They are not normal anymore. I made a set out on the variant to the Shimmer line. Oh. The old-forgotten portrait of Dell as a child with an only prophetic source of comfort in her arms. I love that picture. It's so cute. It's so cute. Here it is. Still have it. I save all my things. I still have it. I save all my things. She's so baby! Grimace, some kind of werewolf lycanthrope soldier fighter. Das might catch the reference. Possibly. I still have it. Oh, you still have it too. Yeah, I've had it saved all this time. Oh, God. File created 21st of September 2020. Man. I'm in love with a foxboy on the internet. Slaps roof of portrait. This child can fit so much trauma in it. Yeah. Yeah. Earliest Discord message was 10 years ago. You've known me for at least a decade. Damn, it longer because obviously we talked on TeamSpeak before Discord existed. Because I've had the same thing pop up with like Core and Das as well. So evidently it must be. Is it close to Discord's anniversary then or something? Because I believe I've had similar things pop up for all three of you to be like, hey, it's like the anniversary of when you guys were friends. And I'm like, no, it ain't. We've known each other way longer. I can give you what it gives you. Again, I'm not sure if it's actually 100% accurate, but I did once say that I've known Core longer than I haven't known Core, possibly at this point. But I don't actually know how accurate that is, because obviously at the time we didn't think to mark the date of this is when we met. You've chosen, you're the chosen of a deep sea being that mice, chat scrolling, might be a god, one of the most revolutionary, innovative minds in the world, a future prophet of his entire people and religious wanderer who can defy death if he so chooses, a lycanthropic monster hunter touched by a maybe ancient being that's kind of like a wolf. We don't know. We still don't know what that thing is. And Thane, who to everyone else is a hero, fearless, inspiring, resilient man they know, they can trust and inspire all with his words. But he's just the big idiot himself who can put his foot in his mouth. I like how you skip over the fact that he is also God-chosen. I see you trying to be like, he's a normal person. He's not. He's not normal anymore. There is no Team Normal. He is also God-chosen. You conveniently skipped that part. He is also God-chosen. I know you made him to be Mr. Mundane. He isn't anymore. I didn't want to splurge more on him than anyone else. Don't lie. Yes, you did. Conveniently missing the point I was making, which is none of them are normal. You know I can wax lyrical on that bitch. Of course I do. Everyone can wax lyrical on their own blore pose. I'm just lucky because this is my stream. I'm allowed to talk about Delmara as much as I want. It's my stream. What do you mean no one's normal in Oakheart? Horus, as you call them, is perfectly normal? Doubt. X to doubt. I met you in the beta of Guild Wars. Yeah. Was it the beta or was it full release? Either way. That's a good metric. Which was 2012. Go beta team! Any of you guys before release, so I think May 2012. Yeah. It wasn't necessarily that we met in Guild Wars 2, but Guild Wars 2 was when we actually like got to know each other and we were actively hanging out. I think. We'd like been in TeamSpeak channels before then, but like playing different games and just sort of generally existing in each other's space, whereas Guild Wars 2 was when we were like, we're playing the same game and we're doing the same thing together in a group. So it was 2012. I have a metric. Actually, I have a metric by which I can measure some people. For you, Das, it is Guild Wars, but I do have a metric. Bear with me. I know where I can go to look for this. Well, at first I need to Google where to look for this. Okay, here, and then here. Where is it? Okay, let me do over here, and then I go down to... Where is it? It's going to be in here somewhere. Under you, no. The internet is not helping me find... I know the information that I want to look for, but I'm trying to find where it is. Final note, Blue, I know my boy is more than normal. I have plans for him if he gets to the point where he gets 3 generation, very similar to what Tala gets soon. The God of Love said he was hot. He's aware he's more than the average fighter man. But that's hard to process with the trauma. Aww. Pats him. You're special, little buddy. In a good way. Here we go. Here, and then I do this. Yep, yep, it is 2012. Okay. I'm not going to show you this, guys. I think we must have all roughly met around 2012 because 2012 was the first time I opened Steam to buy a game called Terraria, which I bought because a certain Mr. Jesse Cox was doing a playthrough, which was in March 2012. So 2012 must indeed be the year that we met. Presumably around March. Because I was not playing that game on my own. I was playing it with people. So yeah. Terraria was the first game on Steam for a lot, especially for a lot of us. A lot of us for the same reason as well. And then I got Portal in May, on May 8th. That must have been like an early birthday present to myself. That must have been an early birthday present to myself. I bought Portal 2. I'm somewhat blatantly stealing the idea from a clip from a 40k book about a guardsman that becomes Astartes and tries to fight a direwolf, and him and the wolf become allies. Don't know about that one. But yeah, so 2012 is probably when I met the majority of you. Close that window. So yeah, so March, maybe, for most of you, rather than May. It probably would have been closer to March. That book must be incredibly ancient because it does not match current lore. Well, that's how it be when you have a franchise that old, you know. D&D 1 lore does not match 5e lore, you know. This is on the wrong fucking layer again. I haven't, as it's been a while. Das, have you gone any further in the Drizzt series? I'm going to assume you haven't because I feel like you would have mentioned if you had. I bring it up just because it's kind of fun how much sort of like passive knowledge, in quotation marks, I have about Faerun now, just from listening to those audiobooks, of just knowing about places and things that have happened. Just passively from those books. I met some of you with Redstone Hold and Pumpkin Ranch, yeah. So me and Spook and Core and Naren were in our own town. But you were with Redstone Hold. Who was Stangy with? Was Stangy also with Redstone Hold, or was he with the Citadel, the big one? And Trips was also with their another one. But that was sort of like the early foundation of our friendship was me, Spook, Naren, and Core in our town together. I was with Oasis. Oh, you were with Oasis? I definitely remember you coming to our town, at least. I have a distinct memory of you being with us. I guess you were just with us visiting. So that would have been me, Spook, and Naren then as our like initial trio of people. Pretty sure Stangy was Redstone. I thought it might have been Redstone because that's how Stangy knew you. And Padders didn't have a town because they were on the mod team, so they would just hang around. We were just a bunch of newbies that rocked up one day with a dream and a sack of potatoes. And we took the server by storm. I'm gonna go disappear to Wahama Adios. Bye, have fun! Have fun! Pathetic. I accidentally became the unwilling leader of a nation and led it to victory in a war. Nice. Das will tell you the way I do war is very normal, and anything like a normal sane person, but they're here now, so they can't. Cursed with good at your job syndrome. Oh dear. Oh dear. Again, Spook can relate. Because I thought Core was part of our town, but Core says that they weren't, which means so we had a town with a population of 3, and I think became the second most profitable town on the server within a couple of weeks. Which, needless to say, drew a lot of attention from the mod team. And they were flabbergasted when we were just like, no, we did it all legitimately. Here's the receipts. And they were like, what the fuck? Like, we're just that good at Minecraft, apparently. I'm gonna tie bombs to these rat men and yeet. Okay, bye-bye! I want to say it was Neren. I did visit, which is where the melon tree bit came from. Right, that's the bit I'm confusing. And I know that Neren was 100% part of the town because Neren built the USS Overcompensating. Salute. Neren built the USS Overcompensating. Nah, that don't look right. I stood in as a temp running things when the leaders logged off early, and the next day it came, 2 people claimed they were the leader. I said, whatever my temp work is done, figure it out. It became a whole thing with a big dispute, Jesus. So they said they would have a vote, and they brought up that up to everyone and explained, okay, we vote for Nemo. I said, no, that wasn't an option. I wasn't running and didn't want to, and they said, okay, make Nemo do it. Pretty sure in one of the Discworld books it is stated that the best people for a run are the people who don't want to do it. Anybody who wants to be in charge is immediately disqualified. If anybody expresses the desire to be a ruler, at no point should you let them. As for the war, a nation wanted to war because they felt like it, but the intel gathering, it turned out we had a number advantage. The other country were hiring pro-mercenary country to join them. Damn. This is the fun thing as well, is that not only did we skyrocket to be like the second or third town monetarily, we were also 500 million miles away from everyone else. So nobody would pick a fight with us. We were just too far away. It was too far for people to like walk on foot. Like genuinely. I would love to run the channel. Please help me in voting out Blue. Please don't. God. I was like, hell no, I don't want that responsibility. I've said this previously, but I'm actually going to be here and age the sheer amount that I have to do at the speed that I do them. I'd have to make a proper persona. I don't want that responsibility. It was suggested we could try and outbid the mercenaries. I said, nah, a bidding war would cost a min. What we do is pay the mercenaries the same price they were offered, only they don't have to fight. On the day, they just go home and save the war expense. The mercenaries agree. The opposing army charged up, expecting mercenary backup, and they all just left and we sweeped them. That's crazy. That's crazy. This is so funny to me that I think we were just so far away from everything that this is like the first time I'm hearing this. We were just so far away from everybody that we never got involved with anything like this. Us basically in our little slice of paradise just going, "Did you hear something?" Nah, must have been the wind. Ah, fair enough. Back to farming potatoes. This had the added benefit of nuking the mercenaries' reputation, and they were never employed in war again, so we didn't have to worry about their numbers or having to bid for them again. That's really funny. I remember being in a town with some pony people, and we wanted to build the town Skyrimish. Oh, that's a big build. I remember the last big build that we wanted to do was we wanted to make a giant model dragon in our town, but we didn't get very far in it. And then like the server kind of like trailed off and people weren't playing anymore. But because the little town that could had the dragon egg. We had the dragon egg, so we were like, we're gonna build like a model dragon and give it a nest to put the dragon egg in. But we never actually built it. In the big meeting between nations, another country wanted to war with us. I made them give up by implying to go out to war with us. They would have to fill out some forms, and even sourced a bunch of random forms that would be impossible for them to fill. They went to say screw the forms a few times, but I stuck to the bit, and eventually they lost interest because it sounded like too much like hard work. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, there will always be forms to fill out. Government inefficiency at its finest. It's one hell of a deterrent. I also would not like to fill out forms. Ye gods, trying to do hands on pixel art. By Jove, I'm doing it. It may not be a good tactician, but my war strategy of making the opposing side go, what the absolute fuck has paid off many times. That's true. My form is already filled out. In fact, I need to redact a few lines per joke. Oh dear. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I should probably post in the Discord and ask how people feel about a Digital Circus watch party. I'm gonna at events because it's technically an event. The last ep of the digital amazing. I mean, at events, but I'm going to do it in general. I'm thinking about grabbing a few people to get them through Shadowbringers 80 trials. You mean like more mount farming? Is that what you mean? Or just to like unlock them? Both. Oh, okay. Because those are the ones that give. Those are Guibers, right? Yeah, those are the Guibers. I'm trying to remember which ones I'm missing. Where's the spreadsheet? Funnily enough, I think quite a few of us probably have the mounts from Moogles, but I don't think anyone has the full set. Maybe Curls has the full set. I could also use more people to help do Diamond, but don't look too hard into it. Okay. I still don't know what that even is. I still don't even know what Diamond Weapon is. That's evidently like a quest line that I need to do. We're all missing Diamond, Guiber, and Fae. Fair. Correct. Yeah, you are correct in that one. Ironic, because I think those are both the ones that I like the most. I will say, though, I am busy this weekend. before we get too far into planning. I have plans. Saturday and Sunday is UK Father's Day. I'm not going to tell you because it's a story behind them, and I figure you want to experience it. Yeah. I have so many quest lines I need to do. You can feel a sneeze brewing. Have I scared it off by vocalizing it? We will see. I'm gonna just say, I said in FF chat, oh look, a new villain I need to murder. Fair. fun thing about the line you go down to do those raids is some of the NPCs are like, hey, I realize you're dealing with some world-ending craziness, but I really appreciate the help. Oh, that's actually really fun. At least they say it. No, this isn't working. His head's angled down, so maybe I do like a shadow this way instead. I think that's the sound of my husband coming home. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I was too slow. This isn't looking right. Because I kind of want to have the shadow cast across the face, but being stained glass, we need anytime there's a new color, it needs a border put around it. And I think it's the line that's making it look a bit. Missed Pokemon. I guess. I guess. I guess. Not what that means, technically, but I don't know how to phrase it better than missed Pokemon. But you can just have it, because you spent money on bingo. That is now 5 lines that are one away from winning. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. There is one that could happen organically. Yeah, he done it. He done it. And now he can rest. Technically, we have one more random redeem before the day is out because we have second stream. He done it, everybody. Maybe if I did, like, something like this. I just can't get it to look right. Maybe if I follow the lines of the hair instead. So I do like a whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Something more like that. No. No, I can't get the shadow. I can't make a shadow over his face that looks right, basically. I think I'm overthinking, especially given the time as well. Hooray, you done it! You're done it. I realised it was a stretch, but you know what? You can have it. You can have it as a treat. Oh, that does look good when it starts to get all the effects over it. Cool, that's what I want on that one. And this is the layer where I gotta do some funkiness. Okay, so we want to select that. And then we also want to select add this. Why have you not been selected? Is it because you're on the wrong layer? Oh, you are, you fucking bastard. Cries. Cries again. Okay, let's try that again. Select color range. Select color range. Additive of that color. Additive. Selection. Expand 1 pixel in a circle. Select inverse. Excuse me. Doubling up, that's fine. We just tidy it up a little bit. Just a little bit of tidying. Where we have some doubling. Okay, colors. Sheen and a yellow tint. Oh, hell yes. It's all coming together. just realised that bit there is going to technically be his boot. I'm going to change the colour of it. Like that. He's got his boot up. Hell yes. It definitely comes together when it has the all the filters put over it. Trust the process. Ugh. We done it. I did another one. Whew. Right, that's a good place to end so that I can go have a bit of a break before the next stream. I posted in the Discord saying we might have a watch party, in which case the game might get ended early, but we'll see. See how people feel. Let me know in the Discord if you want to join, if you want to watch the last episode of the Digital Circus. We'll have it. I will probably be hosting it in the events channel. It'll probably be a microphone muted situation so that we do not talk over one another. So it will be a quiet watch party, but we'll have the text channel to type in. But yeah, I'll be back in a couple of hours for some party animals. Hope to see you guys there. If not, enjoy your weekend. I will see you on Monday. And take care of yourself. Stay hydrated because it's very warm. And tell your friends you love them. Sorry, fellas. I'll see you later. Bye.